Welcome everybody to another episode. Well, the emails have been coming in. We even gotten some phone calls, but you know what? I'm here to tell you, reality deer management is far from over. We just, you know what? This show is called Reality Deer Management for a reason. I have 2 jobs and a family. It's like a Merle Haggard song. You know what? We had the National QDMA convention down in Tennessee. We've had, this stuff happen, and just like you. So, but we're over everything. We got everything going. We're here today. We're filming, and we have a full day of stuff to talk about. So we're going to get right to it. We're going to talk about food plots. We're going to talk about one of our sponsors, Merit Seed, and we're going to talk about a little critter who's just pretty much devastated my world. So stay tuned. You're watching Reality Deer Management. I'm going to be kind of lost for words a little bit here and there because you know what? I'm angry. We planted this corn. We even did an episode on it, our first web episode, and the corn was maybe several inches tall, and it was full of thistle and everything else, and we went in there, evaluated it like we taught you. We sprayed it, and it just blew up after that. And you know what? We planted the beans in it, in between every other row, to give them room to grow, to get to the height that they're supposed to get with all that forage. And then the deer just went in there and just devastated that. So we're like, okay, this is how we're going to solve that problem. We're just going to go in there because of the width with the 4-wheeler and respray, because there was stuff green coming up, weeds, and then we're going to just broadcast brassica. Well, I tell you what, we can't even do that because of the devastation that the corn is going through. There's not enough sunlight going to be able to come up through to grow the brassica. You come up here and you see this. You look around and there's one critter that's this. It's this, not necessarily this, but the species. You know what? People are going to look at this and go, oh, this is deer. No, it's this animal. It's just, ugh. But we're going to show you, we're going to talk about it. We're going to play devil's advocate in a lot of things. And we're going to show you, as a deer manager, how to evolve constantly. That's what the show is about. And we're going to get through this. And I'm going to teach you how to get through it. So let's go look around at some more devastation here. And that's what we're going to call it. It's devastation. Well, let's talk about what happened. When I was driving around, mowing around these food sources, I haven't been up here in a while, even though it's right next door to my house. With time and stuff, I just don't come back here. Plus, I don't want to stress out the wildlife that's using my property. But when I was mowing, I was just noticing every 30, 40 yards, there's a coon run. And I was noticing that, and then I looked over and saw my corn. Now, this is end of August. The rest of the stuff that's standing is going to be laying on the ground that if the coon don't get, the deer are going to get it. And then I was quick to blame the raccoon. It's like, whose fault is this? It's my fault that this is going on my piece of property. For the simple fact is, I'm trying to provide a stress-free environment here. And I don't want to be in and out of here checking my traps every day. That's going to cause stress. It is what it is. What do we do? Oh, I'm going to tell you what we do. You have to make quick decisions. We're only up here a little bit. Time is ticking. We're getting toward the end of the month of August. You know what? I'm just going to leave this. I'm just going to leave it be, this little half-acre chunk of corn. I'm going to use it for wildlife purposes, bedding, what have you. It's far from what we want it to be. The other food plot sites, we're just going to start over. I mean, there's absolutely no use to having that stand, and there's hardly any ears left. It's already end of August, and 60-70% of it's done, so we might as well just finish it off and till it under. But you know what? Not to beat a dead horse here, we're just, we're going to quit moping. We're going to go to Merit Seed, get our seed, and we're going to get it done. And we're hopefully going to help you along to teach you some things along the way. So come along with us. We're heading to Merit. John.
Hey, how's it going?
How we doing, sir?
Real good, real good.
Good deal, good
yes,
deal.
Yes, sir.
Business good?
Yep, excellent. This time of the year.
Oh my gosh, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Phone calls I've been sending people.
Great. Appreciate it.
Yeah. But hey, we got a major problem at my house. I got coon coming out. It's devastating. So I have to do a bunch of stuff I have to redo because of the coon and stuff. So, but before we do all that stuff, I need to get some seed from you and
Alrighty.
stuff. And but why don't you tell us a little bit about Merit Seed?
Well, we're our 75th year.
75 years.
75 years. Grandpa
Excellent.
started the company back in '36, and I'm the third generation.
Third
generation.
Excellent.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're an old family-owned company.
Excellent. You know, the one thing about I love coming here, I mean, before we even knew each other, I came here, and, you know, number one, you guys are not intimidating. And what I mean by that, when you walk in, it's not like some big chain where you walk in, you buy a bag off the shelf, and you don't know if the test date's correct or what have you, you know. But when you walk in here, it's like the old hardware store. You walk in, you get customer service, and that's the big thing. I mean, you might not know anything about what Nebraska is, and your staff and yourself will tell you everything you need to know about it if you want to. Right.
Well, so, we try the best to explain all our product and what they do. So
to go situation. So I need some dwarf Essex rape, I need some turnip, and I need some wheat. So
well, let's go in and I'll show you where it's at.
Good deal. Good deal. All right. Wow, look at all the selection here you got going.
Alrighty. You wanted 9 pounds of purple top.
Yep.
We got 3-pounders and a 6-pounder.
Okay. Excellent.
And your dwarf rape.
Yep.
There you go.
All right. And I just needed 100 pounds of winter wheat.
There you go.
And then we're ready to rock and
roll. We'll go out
roll.
and get her.
All right. Okay, we just wanted to stop for a little bit and just talk about food plots. We are not going to teach you how to plant a food plot. That's not what the show's about necessarily. We just don't want to beat that horse. I think a lot of you know how to, and if you don't, please call me and we'll go through every step-by-step method how to do this. You know, asking someone how to plant a food plot is like asking someone how to turkey hunt, how to kill a turkey. Everyone's got their own method. I don't want to do it and get the phone calls and emails going, that's not how you do it. It kills me to do what I'm doing right here. We had all those expectations and, you know, we're beating that word to death, but it's what it is, man. We had high hopes for this food source. And you know what? We're using a tiller today, and I want to first thank my friend for allowing me to use his tractor and tiller, and I know a lot of you don't have this. I don't have it. I have to go out and borrow this stuff as well. I'm just like you. I get, clients that have a rototiller. God bless them for spending the time. There's other methods, and we're going to teach you how to do that, so that way you don't have to necessarily do that method all the time either. But here we got a tiller. It does a great job of tilling the soil. You only really want to go over it once, because the more it gets finer, it loses, the ability to grow things, and I'll just leave it at that. There's disking, and then we have a new product that it's a new sponsor for us. It's called the Ferminator. Due to time, weather, and everything else, we couldn't connect today to use their piece of equipment. It's a really unique disking and planing tool all in one. It's a fantastic product. I've seen it in action, and those people at Modern Habitat Solution do a great job, and they're going to be there for you each step of the way. Well, we're just going to keep moving right along. We're going to start planting, so follow us. Before we start to plant, let's talk about the soil. We got our results back from our good friends at Holmes Laboratory, and I believe the results came back 6.2. You know what? And that's not too shabby for not liming and fertilizing in this, in a long time. We've just been doing a lot of green manure type stuff. So what do? Do we lime and fertilize? You know what? I just don't have the extra money to buy lime and fertilize, so we're going to worry about it next spring. So what we're going to do now is get to planting. And we're just going to plant some winter wheat and some purple top turnip and some brassica. And we're going to be planting at a rate, the wheat we're going to put on heavy. We're just going to open it up and just stick it on. The brassica, a lot of people go 10 pounds per acre. Me, I don't. I usually go like 4 to 6 pounds per acre. You know, the preparation is very important. First of all, get your soil right. Secondly, use herbicide. Don't be afraid to use the herbicide. Use it correctly, follow the label instructions, and everything's simple. If you kill the vegetation before you till or plant or whatever, you know what? Go light on your brassica. That way the leaves, there's no competition. Your turnip bulbs get big. The leaves, the forage gets huge. I bet you anything that I can plant less amount of seed and provide more tonnage than someone that went 10 on up, because your plants are going to be small, less palatable, and everything else. So with that being said, let's get to planting. It's starting to get hot. Another method that we use quite a bit because of lack of equipment is just coming in here and basically nuking the site with some Roundup, killing all the vegetation, and just broadcasting the seed on top of this. If you come down here with me, you'll just see all this stuff. It's just duff laying on top, okay? Came in here, mowed it, let it green up, and then we hit it with Roundup, okay? And all this is we'll just come in here, broadcast the seed, and this duff here, if you will act like straw, like if you planted your yard, okay? But the key thing with this method, and I can't emphasize this enough, it's not going to work unless you do this. You got to plant it when you get the precipitation. I'm not talking about an hour rain, and then it gets hot and dry. It's not going to work. You got to have a day or two of cool, wet weather for that stuff to start germinating, okay? It works. We do it all the time. All we need to do now is go borrow. Yes, I said borrow a cultipacker off the neighbor who has one. And so that way we have that good seed to soil contact so that stuff can germinate and grow correctly. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Reality Deer Management. We talked about a lot of subjects, raccoons and planting and stuff. And please don't hesitate to give us a call. That's what we're here for. If you have problems or if you don't know how to plant a food plot, I'm not going to judge you. Hopefully you don't judge me. So with that being said, you know, if you need help with predator control, check out one of our friends with the Management Advantage, Chuck Sykes. He has many shows on the Outdoor Channel that talks about predator control and damage and stuff like that. Some really good stuff. Also, Merit Seed. Want to thank Merit Seed for their, the seed itself. It's some good quality stuff. Check out their website. Go to our link page and click on them. And you know what? To sum it all up, as my grandpa used to say, no hurry, no worry, keep moving.
Dad, that's mine. See you next time.
Brought to you by Merit Seed, Kagera Fishing Lures, Holmes Laboratory, Covert Scouting Cameras, Base Camp Leasing, Modern Habitat Solutions.
We got the mojo going. No, he's not.